Hey, welcome back to more Great Tony Chronicles. Specifically Adventures. Last time we started... Well, actually, it was probably a couple of parts of the start of... Yes, episode 5 here.
We are playing the game.
I'm having a lot of fun.
See, that's why I hate grown-ups. All they do is feed you a pack of lies and take stuff away from you. Oh really, Miss Lestrade? Tell me, what is that overcoat keeping you warm? What? Oh my, surely you are given that. Yeah, Dee let me keep it, after I looked daggers at him for long enough. He went through the pockets and said, go on then, have it, before telling me to scarp her.
What is the D?
I don't know. Always pays off giving people a look like you ate them.
I can't help feeling that it's going to get you into serious trouble one day.
What I really wanted was that nice shiny disc, mind. The music box disc?
Mr. Winterbank said it was practically worthless.
I think I'm gonna go and have another bash. Give him a long, hard stare. I think not, Miss Lestrade. We shan't enter Winterbanks again today. Why not? That's not fair!
It can't be helped, I'm afraid. Police are investigating the scene now and taking a statement from Mr. Winterbank.
But that disc's mine! I had the ticket for this coat and it was in this coat's pocket. And there should be something else and all. That's what that rotten coat said, ain't it?
Yes, he did mention something about another article, didn't he?
Well then, that's mine too, whatever it is.
Oh, she's really pushing her luck.
Miss Lestrade, I think it's time to admit defeat. You've had your haul for the day. Yeah, and it's all your fault, Sholmes. So what are your plans now? Will you dine with us this evening? Eh? Iris would be delighted to cook, I'm sure, and I might entertain you with a modest violin recital. No, Tar. Oh. Why would I come round your place, eh? Have you lost your head or something? Oh dear, she's gone. Having reviled on me quite unnecessarily, I might add.
I can't help wondering. Perhaps she might turn up anyway.
Interesting.
Once she's had a chance to calm down, there's a good chance I can't speak consistently. A good chance she'll decide to come.
Very well then. I'll inform Iris to set a place for our potential guest at the dinner table this evening. And one more thing. I should be glad of your company later too.
Sorry.
I believe I will have a rather splendid surprise to show you. Oh, how exciting! What is it? You shall have to wait and see, Miss Susato. Until later then. Alright.
Oh boy.
Where are we going?
Let's guess what the surprise is.
Is this not where we're supposed to go?
Isn't there...
Oh. Well, he said later. I
There.
thought he meant, like, actually later, and we had to do something else first.
Ah, Susie and Bruno, come in, come in.
Good afternoon, Iris.
Thank you so much for breakfast this morning.
Oh, don't mention it. Goodness, look at the time already.
Busy as always?
I am. I'm preparing everything for dinner.
Dinner.
Dinner this evening.
Already? You're obviously cooking something special, are you?
Oh, yes. After all, we have a special guest joining us. So it is. Go on. You'll never guess.
Look at those little eyes of hers shining.
Oh dear, it is awkward when you already know the answer, isn't it?
It's June! Isn't that exciting?
Oh, what a surprise! Yes, that's wonderful news.
Wow, Iris seems overjoyed at the idea.
Can't wait to learn some pickpocketing tips from a real professional.
Oh yes, that does sound like fun.
I'm not sure that's entirely appropriate. Are you, Mr. Nodohodo?
By the way, Iris, what's Mr. Holmes up to?
Sholmes.
Damn it.
Hurley. Oh, he's been like that ever since he got back.
Hello, Mr. Sholmes?
I beg that you won't speak to me.
Go to his email again. Sorry.
I don't know who you are, but kindly take your leave. As you can see, I'm not here.
I don't know how to respond to that.
I do apologize. When he gets like this, he's completely oblivious to everything.
Yes, I see.
He behaves just like a child sometimes. Hurley does.
Mr. Sholmes and Iris have something of a parent and child relationship, don't they? But who's the parent and who's the
Yeah. Yes, except that Iris is clearly the parent here. Come to think of it, I wonder where her real parents are.
What's the matter, Bruno? You have ever such a funny look on your face.
Oh, no, it's nothing.
I know what it is. Why does this girl live here with Mr. Sholmes? You're wondering. All right.
How? How did you?
I've read the script.
No, I can read you like a script.
This girl is dangerous.
Don't worry. I'll be written. I won't mind.
Alright, sure.
So, by Ginny, you mean Miss Lestrade, the young woman from the McGilded case 2 months ago, right?
Yes, who also stole my experimental smoke grenade launcher. Although after that trial, I invited her back here and we had dinner together. Now we're the best of friends.
Oh, what a lovely tale.
Yes, now if I bump into her on the street, she runs away as fast as she can.
Oh.
I chase after her down the back alleys.
God.
Interesting idea of friendship.
Then I let her have the latest color of smoke grenade I developed.
Oh.
There's so many beautiful colors in the world, Ginny wants to make me a whole rainbow.
Wants me to make a
Wants me to make a hole, yeah. I suppose this means you've let Miss Lestrade keep the smoke grenade launcher, have you?
Yes, that's right. I've got bored of it anyway. Hurley always reacts the same way when I shoot him with it now.
Poor Hurley.
I can't wait for Ginny to arrive. It's been too long since she last came over. I fucking shot her. I'm so excited.
I just hope she does actually come. Don't laugh.
I'm sure you've been wondering what it is that I live here with Hurley, haven't you?
Oh, it has crossed my mind. Adam, where are your real parents?
Mummy and Daddy aren't with me anymore. Mummy passed away when I was born. Around the same time, my father... he had to go to a faraway land because of one of the cases he and Hurley were working on.
Oh. Wait a minute. Did you say Ian Hurley?
Yes. Hurley and Hurley were always solving mysterious cases together.
She didn't mention that before.
Wrote them all up in his diaries. That's what's in the metal chest over there.
Really? Recorded them all?
So, you mean it's true? Mr. Sholmes really did have a partner with whom he tackled some of his most taxing cases?
Oh, yes. I mean, it's always nice to have one, isn't it?
So Mr. Sholmes' partner was your father?
Exactly. They told me I wasn't allowed to look in the chest. That only made me want to look even more. So I opened it up.
And found your father's memoirs?
Yes. So I asked Hurley, who wrote these? He nearly fell off his chair. Then he told me, that's when I found out that the author of all those accounts was my father.
So Iris's father was Mr. Sholmes' partner.
I've practically lived with Hurley all my life. He was tiny when he took me in. As opposed to now when I'm big. It came as quite it came as quite a shock. Nelly told me he wasn't really my daddy. I mean,
Must have done. Must have done?
It must have done. I wonder why Mr. Sholmes chose to tell you, and at such a young age.
Nelly says it's because he wouldn't have been able to hide it from me.
Oh?
Well, having lived with Hurley all these years, you might say that his ways rubbed off on me. Some things I can just see. Especially lies. I almost know when people are lying before they open their mouths sometimes.
Right.
Oh, I see. So Apollo is descended from you.
Clearly.
Anyway, I was so fascinated when I read Daddy's diaries. It inspired me to write The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes, actually.
I'd always assumed Mr. Sholmes simply told you all those thrilling stories.
Oh no, Hurley's hopeless like that. Forgets everything. As soon as he solved the case, it all but vanishes from his mind.
Oh, I see.
The other day was so embarrassing. As usually, he totally forgot about the case he just solved. The very next day, he gathered together all the people involved and proceeded to solve the case again. It's quite a shock for everyone.
You can say that again.
Look at the look at her bag. She's got like little tiny toys of
Oh.
Sherlock as Herlock as a rabbit and her as a mouse.
That's cute.
You share your father's surname, don't you, Iris?
That's right, Wilson. Daddy is Dr. John H. Wilson. I learned from his diary that he's a doctor of medicine, you see. He couldn't stop himself from dying, so mustn't have been a very good doctor. So prompted me to study and study so that I could earn a doctorate as well.
Iris's father went to some distant land. Is a doctor by the name of John H. Wilson. Thank you for skipping this. I don't remember his voice. The victim's name was this. That's right. Visiting professor of medicine at Imperial Humane University. A man who, in the most bizarre circumstances, lost his life just before we left Japan. Mr. Sato,
Yes.
perhaps we shouldn't pursue this conversation any further at this time.
I think that would be for the best.
Sequel baiting.
Ah, my dear fellows, how good to see you! Eek! Mr. Sholmes? Why ever did you not make your presence known to me before? Well, no matter now. So, how the devil are you?
We've been with you for most of the day.
Goodness, really? Do tell me, Mr. Sholmes, is your violin unscathed? My violin? What are you talking about, dear madam? Oh, never mind that now. I have something far more interesting to show you. Behold, my dear fellows! Oh, another music box disc. No, not another disc, Miss Susato. This is the one Gregson demanded we hand over as evidence. Mr. McGilded's disc. Oh my!
Then what's it doing here?
You know, at times, Mr. Naruhodo, I think that though I have an undeniable turn for detection, I may well be even more adept at larceny!
Perfect.
That would be wonderfully exciting. I'd be your pickpocketing assistant. Runa could be a go-to lawyer if we ever got caught.
Right.
God.
Susie has such beautiful handwriting, she could write all our menacing crime notifications.
Yes, I'd be delighted.
I'm just going to pretend this conversation never happened, I think.
Christ.
I don't understand. How did that disc come to be in your possession? How did Inspector Gregson took it back to Scotland Yard?
Quite correct. And that sort of uncompromising attitude is precisely why I always carry some of this. That's a bar of caramel, Mr. Sholmes.
One and only friend in times of loneliness, if I'm not mistaken.
If you will humour me, my dear fellows, cast your minds back to when the good detective confiscated the disc.
Yep.
Hand over the disc. There you go.
For the briefest of moments, I had the disc in my hand, did I not?
Yes, you did, but I still don't understand.
It was at precisely that moment that I summoned my one and only friend into action. I pressed the disc into a pair of bars, like this.
That's amazing. All the minuscule protrusions have made an image in the caramel.
Indeed. This caramel is quite exceptional. I developed it myself, you know. Suitably soft for making impressions, but resistant to melting. The result of a precisely controlled solution. How extraordinary.
Can you eat it?
Carrying a pair of these on one's person frequently proves very useful indeed. Take a house key, for example. A simple press and its unique form is duplicated. I can enter anyone's property at will, and never without high sucrose nourishment.
You can eat it. Yes, it sounds illegal.
From the image, I was able to create this. I confess I was most curious to know what manner of music would issue from the disc when played. Okay, so what was on it? Do tell us then, Mr. Sholmes, what music does the disc play? Well, unfortunately, I have no idea.
No idea.
None whatsoever. Are you familiar with the workings of a music box, my dear fellows?
No, I'm afraid not.
Goodness, you don't know, Runa? Inside a music box, there's a special metal piece called a comb. That's what produces the sound. Small protuberances pluck the different teeth of the comb as they rotate past it, making the different notes. This music box has to be invented using a rotating cylinder with protuberances on it.
Thank you, word.
This song is very Professor Layton. But over time, a new type of player was produced which uses discs, such as these. With that development, the popularity of music boxes spread far and wide, all around the globe. Why exactly? Because the discs are easy to produce and can be interchanged to facilitate the playing of different tunes. There are a great many firms in Europe now manufacturing music boxes as a result. It is wonderful to be able to enjoy music even when no performer is present. But it is the very success of the invention that means we are now presented with an insurmountable problem.
What do you mean?
As you may imagine, the construction of one firm's music box does not match that of another. And we have no way of knowing in which music box this particular disc was designed to be played. There is no resolution to this problem, I'm afraid. It's quite intractable.
Ah, I see. So that's why.
Naturally, I tested the disc in those few music boxes I have at my disposal. But as you can hear, to no avail. The results were equally unsatisfactory in this one. So, I am presently engaged in acquiring an example of all the music boxes ever made in Europe. Every single one?
That's early for you, always taking things too far.
But, my dear girl, an unsolved riddle is quite repugnant to my constitution!
But surely all the different types in Europe will amount to a huge volume of music boxes, won't it?
Yes, that is certainly true. In the worst case, I shall just have to ask you to vacate the attic room.
What?
Christ.
That was a natural end to that conversation.
Yes. Magnus McGilded. Not a game I expected to hear again so soon.
Yes, it's only been 2 months since that grisly case. Miss McGilda perished within hours of the trial's conclusion. Was it the curse of the Reaper? No one knows, still now. Omnibus was reduced to a pile of ash. Not a shred of evidence remained. With the man's death, truth about the murder in which he was so intimately involved was buried. And that we successfully established Mr. McGillen's innocence in the trial.
The newspapers are still claiming that it remains an unsolved case.
Murder of the brickmaker, Mr. Thrice-Fired Mason. In the end, the truth of the matter remains a mystery. We still have no idea what really happened that night. Although Mr. McGillen was found not guilty through my defense, I still don't know if that was the right judgment or not. On the other hand, it's a very nice hat.
It would appear the case is not yet closed.
Take that, Conan.
Well, it's time I started getting things ready for dinner, I think. Jenny will be here before long.
Thank you, Iris. Oh, well, you must let me help you then.
Of course, Susie. There's plenty to do.
I think I shall also investigate the condition of my faithful performing partner. Now then, where did I leave it?
Let this be a lesson to you, Mr. Sholmes. Never leave anything too precious with the pawnbroker.
Yes, you may be right. Oh, that reminds me of something Mr. Windybank said before. He said that he had a manuscript of Iris's in pawn, didn't he? Did he?
Yes, he definitely mentioned it. Mr. Sholmes' latest tale of otherworldly mystery lies dormant in my storeroom, were his words, I believe.
So you heard about that, did you? Expect you were as incensed as I was.
Oh yes, the idea of such a wonderful story languishing in Mr. Windybank's storeroom gathering dust. My dear madam, I'm quite sure I told you already. The pawnbroker's storeroom is the safest place for it, more secure than a bank's vault.
What about your Stradivarius, Hurley? Was that safe and secure?
Well, there may be the occasional mix-up.
Caused by a certain impetuous someone not too far from me now.
Do you have any idea how long it took me to write that Baskerville story, Hurley?
Oh, it sounds so exciting. The Hound of the Baskervilles. I should love to read it. Ah!
What's going on here? Does it feel like an icy chill just swept through the room?
Susie, what did you just say? You said Hound of the Baskervilles. How could you know the full title?
Well, that's...
That's because Mr. Sato's such a great fan of all the stories about Mr. Sholmes, of course.
But Bruno, the Hound of the Baskervilles. It's never been published.
What?
I showed Hurley the manuscript. He told me that I wasn't allowed to publish it yet.
Don't understand.
That's why he said he'd keep it safe. He said it was the right time for the story to be made public, you see.
So that's why the manuscript is at Windybank's.
And yet, how could Susie here know its full title? Well, Hurley, what's going on?
Ah!
What is it, Mr. Sholmes?
It would appear our guest has arrived.
Miss Lestrade.
This is a bad idea. I knew I weren't welcome. I'm going!
No, wait! Miss Lestrade! We've all been eagerly awaiting your arrival. Haven't we, Iris?
Oh, yes. Just wait there, Jenny. We'll have everything ready in a jiffy. Come along, Susie.
Right, of course. It's a pleasure to see you here, Miss Lestrade. Please, make yourself at home. Don't stand in the doorway, my dear girl. Come along in. What say you to some Mendelssohn? I won't take no for an answer.
Meddlesome it is, then.
Cat.
Cat. God, I fucking love his bow tie.
That evening, Iris prepared us all a meal that was even more delicious than usual. Mrs. Jones's violin performance was in no way meddlesome. Gina, as we came to call her, taught us all how to steal things from one another without being noticed. Everyone thoroughly enjoyed themselves well into the night. Now, the game becomes very different as we become thieves.
Clearly.
It
It was a very enjoyable evening, wasn't it?
Oh, yes! Iris's cooking was truly divine.
I feel as though I can still hear the enchanting strings of Mr. Jones's violin even now.
Best of all, I bet I could steal the glasses from his lordship's face next time we're in court. Naruhodo-san, could I consult with you about something, I wonder?
What's the matter, Susato-san?
It's about the telegram I received.
Ah. One that arrived first thing this morning, I suppose.
I've been summoned.
What? Summoned? What do you mean?
The telegram was from the Lord Chief Justice's office. Lord Strongheart has asked to see me.
Lord Chief Justice? And...
Tomorrow morning.
What? Then we have to start preparing at once.
Oh, no. That won't be necessary, Naruhodo-san. I've been summoned alone.
Alone? What on earth for?
I have no idea. I suppose I shall find out tomorrow.
What's all this about? Whatever it is making me feel very uneasy. Oh, who could that be, I wonder?
Oh.
Evening, friends.
Ah, Iris. Hello again.
And Gina, too.
Yes, Ginny's going to stay with us tonight. She's going to sleep in with me. Isn't that right, Ginny?
Well, yeah. How lovely. Let me make a pot of tea.
You know, I've done so much today.
Oh, what in particular?
Those things Ginny showed us, wasn't it wonderful?
Ah, you mean all those pickpocketing techniques? We had fun trying them out on each other, didn't we?
Think I've awakened a natural talent. I could earn a living from it.
You might be getting ahead of yourself a little there. So, what brings you up to our humble quarters at this late hour?
You see, you need to return this.
What? That's mine!
Oh my, however did you...
I told you, didn't I? A natural talent for it.
Oh, yes, I'd forgotten. I wonder if you checked
if it
the
was-
court record, would it have been gone?
Yeah.
Iris is literally a child genius.
Anyway, here, you can have it back. Don't I really understand why you wear it, though.
Ah, thank you.
All right then, good night.
Yes, good night.
So this is your office, is it? You think, Ginny?
I think I wouldn't fancy me chances with a lawyer what lives in a place like this.
Yes, me too.
Rude.
Even though Iris here, well, that's something she'd like to talk about.
I suppose she probably wants to talk about the manuscript.
Yes, I suppose she probably does.
Iris, I suppose you're hoping to talk about the manuscript, aren't you?
Aren't you going to tell me?
I'm so sorry. I need a little more time. Please.
Alright, I understand. Hope I haven't made you feel awkward.
Oh, no, not at all, Iris. Not at all. I don't know what this is all about, really, but it's a story you made up, is it, Iris? This metal script or whatever you call it?
It's not exactly a story that I made up. It's something I read in Daddy's diaries.
Daddy's?
That's right. I don't suppose I mentioned it to you before, Ginny, but Daddy was Hurley's assistant once. Partner.
Eh?
Solved all sorts of strange and mysterious cases together.
Is that right, mister?
Apparently so. I was as surprised as you are, though.
Daddy wrote all the details of every single case down, you see, in his diaries. So I study them and write my stories based on what actually happened.
So, where's your old man now, then?
He had to go away on urgent business to a faraway land. I'll be gone a very long time. So, I've never really met him.
Oh, right.
Come to think of it, I don't know anything about Gina's parents either. Perhaps we should ask her. Let's have more dead parents.
Yeah.
Iris, this Hound of the Baskerville story. I take it that it's another tale inspired by your father's accounts.
That's right. I thought it was fascinating. It's different somehow. The other cases, I mean.
Oh, how?
I don't really know. It must be special in some way. After I'd written it and shown the manuscript to Hurley, it turned as white as a sheet. It was the first time I've seen him like that.
Pains me to have to say this after you've toiled over it for so long, Iris, but this story must not be published at this time, under any circumstances.
Why not? It's one of my best works!
I'm not at liberty to say. Not now. So please do not ask me.
Right then, I won't.
But I do solemnly swear that I will explain everything one day, Iris, when the time is right.
And that's how the manuscript came to be with Mr. Windybank, isn't it?
Yes. They said it had to be somewhere very safe.
That really gets my goat, that does. He's treating you like a child. It's mean, that's what it is, keeping secrets like that.
I'm sure Mr. Shones isn't trying to be mean.
Eh?
If he said he wasn't at liberty to talk about it, I'm sure there must have been a very good reason.
I think so too. You lot are too trusting for your own good, but you can't pull the wool over my eyes. Sholmes is lying to Iris. I bet my life on it.
What?
Hurley's lying to me?
Oh.
Yeah, that's it.
Now what?
Hey, this is a
Shovel.
You know, what are you doing?
Look, I'm not gonna steal nothing, alright? It's all junk anyway.
Charming. I suppose I should engage our guests in
Okay,
conversation,
if I
really.
did the two... Do I have to, like, point at Gina? Okay, I guess so.
Well,
Random blueprint. I see.
I've realized that I don't know anything about your parents, Gina.
I ain't got any, have I? Never did have. Oh. Look.
Spawn out of the eighth one day.
Look, the East End's full of orphans like me. No one wants nothing to do with us from the minute we're born. Not even our mums. But we all stick together. The elder ones look after the little ones and make sure they get by. So that's why you're a pickpocket. Nah, diving's my life. I love it. I get a kick out of it every time I lift some pompous idiot's purse. And that's how we all fall to eat. I'm like Robin Hood, ain't I? That's how I see it. Oh, Gina. I do think about it sometimes. What it'd be like to have parents, I mean. I've always thought it'd make everything right. But having listened to what Iris just said, sounds like having parents ain't always easy either.
Oh,
I mean, if you know you never had them, you don't feel like you're always wanting to meet them.
it's true. Do you want to see Daddy? So much.
Oh, Iris.
Gina, what did you mean when you said that you know that Mr. Shums is lying to Iris?
Well, he reckons he popped that metal script or whatever, right? But come on, that's obviously a load of rubbish. Oh my, what? Why would you think that, Gina? It's simple. If that story was really an old Winterbank storeroom, there's no way someone from halfway around the world, in other words you, could know about it. Sorry, Iris, but if you ask me, he sold it. Without telling you.
Daddy would never do something like that. I'm sure of it.
Ha! Going to have to do a lot worse than that, believe me. Barefaced liars, a lot of them. You just ain't realised it yet. I'm telling you, that metal script ain't a Winterbanks. You'd soon see if you had a look. Even if you think you can trust him, I don't. That Sholmes is a liar like the rest of them.
I'm honest. I have one of the fellas telling me the truth sometimes.
See?
But it don't mean that I think he sold it. I mean that I sometimes wonder if he might have hidden my manuscript somewhere. Somewhere I don't know. Even though it's wrong of me to doubt him.
Don't be too hard on yourself, Iris.
My goodness, look at the time. Come along, Ginny. We should go back downstairs.
Yeah, alright.
And please, don't mention any of this to Hurley, will you?
No, of course not. Night then, Iris. Good night, Gina.
You must let me make breakfast for you tomorrow morning, I insist.
Oh, yes, please. I can't wait, Susie. Night then.
Iris. It was easy to forget, isn't it? Sometimes she speaks just like an adult. Deep down, she's still just a child.
Well, I think it's time that I turned in for the night too, Naruhodo-san.
You just gotta leave the tea boiling. Dr. John H. Wilson, Iris's father, but also, you know, the murdered visiting professor at Yuma University. Can't be a mere coincidence. There's something deeper going on.
Yes? That's supposed to be him falling asleep? Like,
I guess.
do you know who would be saying this? Mr. Naruhodo.
That voice. That's Mr. Sholmes. What's going on? Is this one of those sex dreams I've heard about? It's the middle of the night.
It's Miss Lestrade. She's gone.
Gina?
She was supposed to be sleeping in Iris's room, but her bed is empty.
She's an independent young woman. She probably decided to go home, no?
I think not. From speaking to her before she retired, I received the distinct impression that she was looking forward to breakfasting with Miss Susato. No, I don't believe the girl has gone home, but I've been waiting for over an hour now.
Over an hour? Oh.
If you'll indulge me, look out of the window, my dear fellow.
I want to. What's this about?
Oh.
She did. Wait a minute. Is there a light on at this time of night?
That's Mr. Windibank's pawnbroker, eh?
Mr. Windibanks. Oh no!
It's simple. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Could Gina have gone?
It seems you have some knowledge of the situation, Mr. Naruhodo.
Sorry? Oh, no. No, not really.
Well, anyway, we must investigate. At once!
Mr. Sato. She was the one who said it at once.
At once!
Yeah.
Door to Windibanks. It's open.
And the lamp is burning.
Must be Gina, isn't it?
Let us hope it's nothing more sinister.
What?
Come, there's not a moment to lose. Clearly, something is afoot inside.
There's no one here.
Oh yes, there is. Ah! Mr. Sholmes! Mr. Sholmes!
What the? Has Sholmes been shot?
Leave me, Mr. Naruhodo.
But...
After them, go!
Right!
Oh.
Blast! I've lost them.
Hello, what have we here? The alarm... actually, Ben, you can do it. You haven't voiced anything this whole...
Yeah. The alarm was raised from this pawnbroker, sir. Would you know something about that?
Officer, come with me. It's my friend, Mr. Sholmes. He's been shot.
Shot?
Video. The policeman close behind me. I ran back to Windibanks. And then I set him on fire.
Mr. Sholmes!
Mr. Narado.
How bad is it? Never mind me, but there's much at stake. Behind that door. In the storeroom. Hurry!
Why aren't you bleeding?
Oh.
Ew, I was expecting Gina. Oh no! You get my big mouth.
Well, that's another part.
Yep. It sure is.
The thought plickens.
Yep, it sure does.
Next time we'll see what the hell happened in this place. It seems that Pop Windibank is dead. And Gina is unconscious at the very least. Hoo-wee. Alright, see you then.